Hello, I'm Arohi Joshi and we are team number 41. The topic that we have chosen for this project is image caption generation using LSTMs and recurrent neural networks. As the name suggests, the task of image caption generation is basically getting a correct and clear description of what is happening in an image once it's presented. So, this task of caption generation demands the knowledge of computer vision for understanding the ongoings of an image and the knowledge of natural language processing for generating human readable captions. Our motivation behind choosing this task was its application in the real world. Automated captioning comes in handy to understand when we are presented by an image that uh, takes time to load or is unavailable. So, also an extrapolated use of caption generation could be classification of these images based on the generated caption. Next slide. The baseline for our project is a paper titled Learning CNN LSTM Architectures for Image Caption Generation by Moses So. The approach described in this paper uses a deep CNN to generate a vectorized representation of an image that is fed as input to the LSTM to generate the caption. This is described as a top-down approach that first attempts to generate a semantic representation of an image that is then decoded into a caption, as opposed to the bottom-up approach, which generates items observed in an image and identifies them into a caption. The main drawback of captions generated by the top-down approach is their inability to capture minute details. For example, an image of a man on a skateboard on a ramp may receive the same caption as an image of a man on a skateboard on a table. To overcome this drawback, we have referred to Tiny's merging RNN model for caption generation, which separately encodes the image and description in a layer to be decoded later, generating the next word in the caption.
So for training the model, we use the Flickr 8K dataset. The Flickr 8K dataset consists of 8,092 photographs along with the text descriptions. The dataset is about 8 GB in size. We used 6,000 images for training, 1,000 for for validation, and 1,000 for testing. The first step in loading the data is extracting the features. In order to extract the features, we use the VGG 16-layer VGG model. So we did not train this model. We used the pre-trained model and weights because training the model was not part of our project. The VGG model is used for classification. We aren't interested in that, hence we removed the last dense layer and we use the features extracted from the previous layer. Next, we come to the descriptions. Each photo contains an identifier, and each identifier has a set of descriptions. These descriptions are encoded such that there's a consistent mapping between the words and the integer values. This is done using the tokenizer class of Keras. This converts a dictionary of words into a string of integers. Next slide. Uh, to develop the model, we use a merged model which was developed by Tanti and al. Published in the year 2017. The paper consists of two models, a merge model and inject model. We use the merge model for experimentation. In the merge model, the RNN is not used on the images and it is a purely linguistic model because the LSTM is used only on the sequence of n words. It consists of three parts: a photo feature extractor, the sequence processor, and the decoder. The photo feature extractor, as explained before, is a 16-layer VGG model, which is trained on ImageNet and is used to extract the features. The sequence processor is a word embedding model which converts the input and then finally puts it through an RNN LSTM. Both of these inputs are put together and added together using a decoder, which consists of a tens layer, which outputs a 256 element vector. And this finally goes through a softmax function in order to generate the next word. Next slide. This is the model architecture. As you can see, the three parts are defined. The left part is the photo feature extractor, which consists of photo features of the size 4096 elements, and it has a 50% dropout. The left side is the sequence processor, which consists of an input of 34 words and an embedding layer, uh, which ignores padding and adds a 256 element vector. Both of these 256 element vectors are added together and finally they are put through a softmax function which has 7,579 words, and this is used to predict the next word.
Now, in deciding the hyperparameters, we've decided that to test the pre-trained models that have been trained with large data sets like ImageNet. We compared 5 models that were present and used the validation loss as the deciding metric. Here, we see that the VGG16 model has the lowest validation loss amongst all the models. Once we selected the model for feature extraction, we varied the dropout parameter between 0.25 to 1. As seen in the right plot, we found that the average validation loss decreased when set from 0.25 to 0.5, but then started increasing. Thus, we set the dropout parameter as 50%. So these are the final set of hyperparameters for our final model. The matrix used for comparison is the BLEU score. For our project, it measured the precision by checking how many words or phrases in the machine-generated caption appeared in the human reference caption. There are 4 BLEU scores generated for every model, which refer to the cumulative n-grams. So, as similar to the validation loss, the VGG model along with 50% dropout gave us the best BLEU scores, highlighted in yellow, amongst all models. Next, these are some of the examples of the captions generated by our model. The model correctly identified the human or the primary objects as the main subject, along with the environments around it. On comparing with the baseline, we achieved a BLEU1 score of 0.565, which is in the higher end range of the RNN model by Mark Tanti, but falls short as from the CNN model. Similarly, the BLEU4 score, which is the more important score, we got a value of 0.164, which still falls in the higher end range, but marginally falls short of the CNN model. Finally, to conclude, we got to know that the CNN model by Moses surpasses the results of RNN and LSTM. The CNN model is 3.3 BLEU4 points below the state-of-the-art model. Secondly, the merge model is easier to implement as it is a purely linguistic model, and the RNN is not used on the images unlike the inject and the CNN model. Thirdly, when implementing a system which is multimodal and is expected to arrive at a joint representation, it would be better to have a separate component to encode each input and bring them together at a later stage. Thus, our model consisting of VGG16 and LSTM used for splitting the human captions into words produces comparable results as Mark Tanti's model, but falls short in accordance with the BLEU metric score of the CNN model. Thank you.